everybody doing? It has been a while since I've done a podcast, man. But you know, we've had the holidays and working and vacations. So like I always tell y'all, real life happens. And I went on vacation up to Chicago. I was gonna record some more songs, but I ended up getting sick, like really sick. So I had to stay in a hotel room. I couldn't even record songs. So it's almost like my trip up there was a wash. I couldn't even go play ball with my brother. I wanted to play ball with him. Couldn't do that. Then there was a all black party. Couldn't go to that. I didn't want to go to it if I was sick. You know, I didn't want to inadvertently, unintentionally get nobody sick. So I just stayed in the hotel room pretty much with my head under the pillow in 100-degree heat because I like heat. I know I'm gonna finish this album next year, but it would have been easier if I was able to do at least 2 songs when I went up there. But I just got to push them back. But I still got the whole next year kind of till the fall to put my last official album out. I mean, I don't know who really listens to my music, but the people that do listen to it, I try to when I rap, I make sure every single one of my words has meaning to it. You know, every now and then I might do a parody song or some kind of funny thing, but usually my songs on my albums, they have meaning to me. And I think what rap is when your feelings hit the right words, then you can put them into a song that rhymes. That's what I think rap is. And when I do that, I try to make sure that if you listen, I'm telling a story, but you have to listen, right? It ain't just the beat, it ain't just the cadence and the catchiness. It's actually a message that I'm trying to get across with my songs. So, but yeah, Chicago Bears suck. Let's just get that out the way. I'm gonna say that on all my podcasts from now on until they figure out how to actually play. I'm not gonna get into the intricacies of it. We jacked up from it's not even the players so much as our organization as a whole. We don't have a winning organization. Since Mike Dick left, we don't know how to win. We don't know how to put pieces together and make them work. We get guys and they're bad, then they leave, go to other teams that become great, or we get guys that were good, now they passed their prime, and they on our team, and they just old and washed. So we the Bears suck. I said I was gonna definitely talk about that. We got the holidays coming up again, right? Thanksgiving is gone, and we got Christmas coming up. So as you guys know, things will be closed. Work still got to get done. Still got to, do things with the family and things for the family. So that's a thing. And everyone celebrates holidays differently. But when you got a big family, you got to kind of make things work, I guess. I'm not much of a holiday person, but I wouldn't take that away from anyone involved with me that does do holidays or my kids. So I try to make sure that if they want to do something for the holidays, we can, but I don't make it mandatory. So as you guys know, TikTok is going away, and I'm kind of on the fence about that because TikTok does have some useful information. Like, you can get some really useful information on TikTok, but just like all social media, man, you can get some crazy stuff on TikTok. And as I scroll through TikTok, right, I mean, they do pay me to use TikTok. I don't get paid much, but I'm a firm believer in if I'm going to use social media, I'm going to need to get paid for it. Why am I finna put all my business out there to the world and they selling my information for free and I'm not getting a little bit of it, right? So, but I be seeing some crazy stuff on TikTok, y'all. There was one video I saw, well, actually a couple of videos. Apparently there's some TikTok cologne that men can wear, and it just makes women go crazy over them. They try to market this stuff, basically saying, if you spray this cologne on you, women are gonna want you. Now, I don't wear cologne. I don't know much about cologne. It does have a unique smell. I've sniffed some of it before, like in little stores. But do y'all really think it's a cologne that a man can wear and he put it on him, and no matter what, women are just gonna go crazy over him? The girl was like, if you don't want your man to cheat on you, if you don't want girls fighting over him, don't get this cologne. And I'm like, okay, obviously that's a sale, right? Because a guy's gonna look at it like, oh wow, it's really that effective. Women are gonna be fighting over me. Let me get it. But I don't think cologne worked that way. It's a nice smell. It's probably a distinct smell, but I don't think cologne about to just make people fall head over heels for you, so to speak. But they also, you guys know, I'm sure, the CEO of United Healthcare got killed, and they just getting destroyed. Like, no one is having sympathy for this guy, because we all know the healthcare industry is jacked up. We all know insurance companies don't want to pay out. They literally can have someone's life in their hand, and their decisions are literally life and death for some people. And most of the time, insurance companies opt to not pay out or pay the bare minimum. And when it comes to life, you shouldn't do the bare minimum, especially if someone's paying you every month for that service. And we all know insurance companies are scams. You got the whole goal of insurance company is to not have to pay you for using them as a company. That's the whole point. They only thrive when they don't pay out. Some insurance companies will deny you if you have bad health, or deny you if you have, like, speeding tickets or whatever. And I get that to a degree, but if your whole business model is to not pay people for the service they pay you for every month, if that's your business model, then I don't agree with that. That is just something I do not agree with. That is bad. That is morally wrong. So you guys, I'm sure you've heard it. He got killed. The guy that they got in custody, the woman snitched on him. I'm sorry, the woman told on him. I don't want to say snitch. The woman told on him, thinking she was going to get a reward. She told him the wrong way. She didn't get the reward. And the backpack he wore, the CEO of that company even called the tip line to give information about the bag to help find the guy. And that just blew up in his face, because you had nothing to do with that. Sometimes it's best to just mind our own business. Just don't talk. Just mind you had a good business. Business was booming. People were actually buying this dude's book bags more when they found out the killer was wearing it. Oh God, I gotta be careful. You can't say certain words. YouTube flags them. But the guy that this is so corny. The guy that unalived the CEO of United Healthcare, his bag was the bag he was wearing. People were actually buying it. Then they found out the CEO tipped the police off to help, trace the bag, and he getting flamed. And I think that's what they deserve, because sometimes you should just really mind your business. Murder, I'm not condoning murder. I'm not condoning unaliving anybody. But at the same time, people die all the time. Man, I don't want to say every day, all the time, because they're denied health care. There are people who chose to die versus putting their families in debt because their insurance companies wouldn't cover their surgeries or their procedures. And that's just not right. That is not right. I always say, if you're a billionaire, you cannot be morally sound. You can't make that much money and be morally sound. You have to do some things that are questionable, ethically, mentally, whatever, questionable, in order to become a billionaire. There's no way around it. There's no such thing as a good billionaire or a morally sound billionaire. It's not how money works. It's not how corporations work. But I digress on that. What else I seen on TikTok, man? Y'all, I don't understand dating. I'm trying to understand dating. I'm not trying to understand it. I don't date. That's not really my thing. But when I see the things on TikTok and like stuff I hear about, dating is crazy. Like there's one I saw. It was a woman. The guy wanted to take her on a date, and she was like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna go get my nails done." And the guy was on the phone like, "All right, cool, yeah, get your nails done. Let me know when you're done, and then we'll come up with a time for you to meet me." And she was like, "So that's it?" He like, "Well, yeah. What you want me? What else?" She's like, "So you're not finna cash at me to get my nails done?" She told the guy, like, "If you're asking me out on a date, you need to pay for my nails, my hair, and my outfit if you asking me out on a date. And the dude was like, whoa, we just going on a date. I don't even know you like that. We just going on a date. Are you now trying to tell me that I have to pay for your attire and your appearance to go on a date with me? Y'all, that's crazy. That is crazy. I really hope that's just one case. I hope that's not the norm. But I have seen where there are people that they expect you to spend some serious money on them just because you're taking them out. And it's not just spending money on them. When you take them out, you have to take them to certain restaurants and spend a certain amount of money on them. This is just a date. This is just a first time date type thing. Like I want to get to know you. So I'm sitting here like, is that what dating is nowadays? I gotta spend X amount of money. I thought dates were to get to know someone. I didn't know it was a horse and pony show to see how extravagant you can look when you go out. We already know first dates, we selling ourselves to that person. We already do that anyway. The first date, let me dress nice and smell nice and look nice and act nice and eat neatly and all that. We already know it's a sale, but now I gotta pay you to go out on a date with me? Listen, I don't know where they do that at, but if that's what dating is nowadays, and I've been off the dating scene for a while, but if that's what dating is nowadays, I'm glad I just stay in the house, because ain't no way. And she was like serious, because I see a lot of them, I be really hoping they skits. Like, man, I hope this is a prank. I hope this is a, like, what would you do? I hope they're trying to be funny, but I'm slowly starting to find out that these things are real, man. These women out here, like, really, really own that. Like, you want to take me out, you got to spend all the money. I'm just going to show up. I'm the prize. I'm the catch. You want to take me out, I'm going to show up. You're going to do everything else. What? Okay, so here's my question to that. If that's how you are on a date, how are you going to be in a relationship? If I got to pay to take you on a date with me, get your nails done, get your hair done, get your outfit, take you out, buy you, wine and dine you, and take you home. If that's what I got to do just to take you on a date, what's supposed to happen if we get in a relationship? Now what, you finna all of a sudden, oh yeah, I'm gonna work, it's 50-50. No, you're not. Your expectation in a relationship is more than likely going to be what he did on that date plus more. So you just gonna sit around all day and I'm paying for everything. That's what your expectation of a relationship is. Sometimes we get a little bit beside ourselves, right? You can look in the mirror and say, I'm a catch, right? I'm a snatch, I'm a baddie, whatever. But you gotta be realistic. Is that all you bring into the relationship? That you a catch, you a snatch, you a baddie? If that's all you bringing, ain't nobody going for that. Now, to be fair, because there's always some guys that have all this crazy amounts of money, so they can spend it. So they don't see it as that, right? If I'm a millionaire, not me, but I'm saying if a guy's a millionaire and he's like, well, man, I make at $10,000 a day. Man, I can spend $20,000 on this woman. It's cool. But is it really cool though? Because what is the standard you setting for that woman? You basically telling that woman she's worth excess amounts of money just because you have it. And there's a group of females who really, all they do is go around and date athletes, rappers, businessmen. That's all they date. They go from athlete to businessman. That's all they date. You see them. Y'all see them in the media. I don't gotta say their names, and it's like, when did this become a thing to just be I guess a diva and just go from man to man and they just spend money on you? And I'm not knocking their hustle. I'm not. Get your money. I don't knock, hustles if they legal. But the guys are the ones that's enabling that. I don't care if I was a millionaire. I don't care if I was a billionaire. Man, I'm not finna buy your whole outfit just to take you on a date with me. Where is the reward in that? Yeah, man, you see her, that's the bad girl. I took her out, boy, we was here. But you paid for everything, bruh. What's the flex? You paid for it. Where is the flex? And let's be honest. A lot of these people would not be with these guys if they didn't have boatloads of money. All these social media influencers and gamers and TikTok, whatever, and they got all this crazy money, and they, may not have any substance or appeal, but they got money, get all these girls. It's the money. And that's what I disagree with, because that's definitely simp, first of all, in my opinion. I don't care if you're a millionaire and you can't afford it. That doesn't give you a green light to simp, in my opinion, But if I was a millionaire, there is no way I'm finna just, oh, well, I got all this money here. You want this, you want that, no. When did that equal relationship? When did that even equal a healthy relationship? That's like kind of like an owner and a product. You spending all this money on this person and they're doing nothing but just existing. That's owner product. I can't do that. That's just me. Then you got there was another woman I saw a video. She had went on a date with a guy, and I was really, really, really hoping this one was a sketch or a skit or a prank. She went on a date with the man. Y'all, she ordered 10, it's on TikTok. She ordered 10 to-go plates for her 3 kids and expected him to pay for it on the date. 10 to-go plates for 3 kids because she didn't want to cook. She didn't want to cook meals when she got home. She looked at him like, you know I had 3 kids, right? And bro is like, yeah, but this is a first date. So eventually he got up and walked away and left her hanging, which is what I would have done. But I don't even think I would have done that. Man, look, before I go on a date, I'm going to do some heavy vetting. Heavy. I'm like, okay, what are your expectations on this date? Like, what are your expectations? What do you think is going to happen? What do you think I'm finna do on this date? Catching a movie, that's fine. Going out to eat, paying for it, that's fine. Nails, hair, clothes, your kids. You think I'm finna spend money on that on the first date? No matter how much money I got? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Some of these dudes just don't know how to talk to women. Let's be honest. They don't know how to talk to women. They don't know how to court a woman. They don't know how to charm a woman. They have to use their money to do all that for them. And some women fall for it. If they looking for the bag, they don't really care what you have to say. They just want your money. Okay, cool, that works. But a lot of these people really don't know how to talk to women. So that's what they do. But for me, I'm gonna do a vet before we go on a date. Where you trying to go? Oh, we can go here. Okay, cool. All right. And I'm not finna be like petty and like, well, you can't spend over 20, 30. I'm not gonna do that. But y'all, there is no way we both agreeing to go on this date. Even if I ask you out, right? Hey, you want to go on a date, want to catch a movie, and you agree, that's letting you know I want to spend time with you in public, in an environment to get to know you better. That's what I'm telling you, date. And it don't even have to be public. It just be somewhere in a private, intimate setting where I want to get to know you better, outside of your job or outside of meeting you at the restaurant or outside of meeting you at the club or whatever. That's what that means when I say date. And if I'm invited on a date, it's gonna be the same. I don't expect, oh well, you gotta buy me some Jordans and I need this shirt and you gotta get, nah, man. Because I don't know, maybe I'm crazy because I'm old, and I'm not social, so I don't really be knowing what's going on. But isn't the purpose of dating to potentially find a partner? Ain't that the purpose? Now, I know they got speed dating and all that stuff, but isn't that the purpose of dating to find your partner, soulmate, husband, wife? If that's the purpose, then why are you expecting money to be spent on you the whole time in the beginning for the date? Because all that's telling me is, well, in a relationship, I got to do even more. I don't know when it became a thing or what decade or year it was where women are the absolute prize and men are the spenders for the prize. A man can be a prize too. It should be that same level. Like, let's go on a date and see if we're compatible. But if we going on a date and you the prize and I'm just spending, like you in a claw machine and I'm putting money in to try to grab you out the claw machine, that ain't gonna work. Not for me anyway. But for dudes that got it like that, got money, hey, do you. But do not try to convince me or anybody else that you have some kind of swagger or charm or career. Bro, you just got money to throw. And you throwing it. Good for you. But don't be trying to, oh man, I got all these women, I got all these dimes. Bro, you got money. you got money and you spending money on that. And they got challenges on TikTok too. Y'all, I'm gonna be honest, like we know when there are people that make certain videos, certain dancing videos, certain workout videos, we know they're trying to sell their physical assets. That's what the lure is. So anybody that try to say, oh yeah, I'm on when I make my videos showing with my butt sticking out or no shirt on with my muscles showing or my belly showing and my hips and curves, that's just what I like doing. No. You're selling something to a certain group of people to draw attention. Period. That's what that is. I'm a nutritionist, so that's why I have no shirts on in my videos. Since when did you have to not have a shirt on in the video to be a nutritionist? Oh, well, I'm in the gym. So, but since when did you have to have the tightest, shortest leggings or shorts and your butt just sticking out and you doing squats? When did you have to do that to promote fitness or health? Like, come on, man. Even these dances, we get it. You like to dance, okay, but we know what the underlying thing is. So they got a challenge on this. It's the front to back challenge, and the videos I saw was like women from Africa, and I don't know what they eating over there in Africa, but these women are stacked. They nice in the front and the back, but whatever they eating, I don't know, man. The thing about these videos, though, because it's all kind of challenge videos, dance videos, workout videos. For me, I'm afraid to even like those videos, like, a little like button. I'm afraid to like those videos because I can't tell who's over the age of 18 and who's under the age of 18. And TikTok definitely doesn't filter it out. So I don't ever want to be the guy that look at a video and like it, and it's a freaking minor. So I just I'll look, scroll, not leave no comment, nothing. And some of these challenges are kind of cool, but most of them are just to go viral. People do anything nowadays in front of a camera to go viral. They just waiting for that one viral moment, and then they take off from there. But you got to be careful with this stuff because how people see you in front of the camera is, if they don't know you, that's what opinion they're more than likely going to form about you. So you can't be a nun at a church, but then on your TikTok you clapping and throwing it back and all that. You can't. There's going to be a conflict. So you got to make sure they match. I mean, for me anyway, it makes sense. I'm not gonna see. You're not finna read the scriptures in the Bible to me and say, I am celibate, holy is thou, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, yeah. And then I go to Instagram and you throwing it back. Nah. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. I'm gonna be confused. I'm gonna be like, well, what is your message? What is the message you're trying to send across? Like, I don't understand it. Then you got the one that just like really, really throws me, where you have adults telling children that it's okay to talk a certain kind of way to their parents and behave a certain kind of way to their parents. So I didn't grow up in this era. I don't know Gen X, Z, Y. I don't know what era this is. Y'all, I grew up, you did what you was told. You were grateful for the things you had, and you appreciated it. That's how I grew up. There was no talking back to an adult. See, open that window. I go open the window. Close that window. I go close the window. Hand me the remote. I hand the remote. That's what I did. Wash these clothes. That's what I did. That's the era I come from. And if I didn't, which was never, there'd be consequences. But nowadays, these kids, they think they have a choice. Wash the dishes. Oh, okay, I'll do it later. I'm doing this or that. What? No. If I say wash the dishes, you stop what you're doing and wash the dishes. But there's social media, man. This is the bad side of TikTok. They have these adults saying you can tell your parents no, and you can talk back, and no, you can't. Well, you can, but then there's consequences. But see, back in my day, you can get through out across the room if you did something. Nowadays, there's hotlines. Oh, my mama told me to clean up something. I told her, shut up, I'm playing my video game. She threw me across the room. That's abuse. Is it? I just don't know. Call me crazy, but if I brought you into the world and I provide everything for you, I keep a roof over your head, I keep food on the table, I give you an adequate life, you don't really need for anything. If I ask you to do something, you should do it. It shouldn't be a choice. It shouldn't. When should it be a choice? Now, to be fair, back in the day, y'all may not remember this. Some of y'all are young, but there was usually one TV in the house. You had the living room. That's where the TV was. That's where everybody gathered up. The whole family watched TV in that room. Everybody, the mom, dad. In the bedrooms, there was no TV. There was a lamp and like a little lamp desk or whatever. And you maybe you read a book or something before bed. You put the book down, turn light, went to sleep. There was no TVs in rooms. There was the living room TV. Everybody watched that TV. You go in your room to sleep or study or read. You didn't go to your room to watch TV. Nowadays, you don't even need a TV in your room, but I'm gonna be fair, y'all. I'm not. Every room in my houses have TVs. Every single room. Even my bathroom got a TV. And even if it didn't have a TV, we have these cell phones or smartphones that's basically a mobile TV anyway. And I think that's what disconnected families. Everyone, you go to eat dinner, everyone got their phone at the table, you know? Or everyone in 6, 7 different rooms watching their own different things, playing their own video games or whatever. And I think that causes a disconnect. But yeah, we all have our different tastes and stuff, but when is it the family time? Family time was when you ate at the table, right? And when you watched TV in the living room. Those were the family times in the house. But that was the traditional family back in my day or whatever. You maybe everybody hold hands, say a prayer, eat, you know, watch a movie, go in your room, do your studying, you know, read a book, turn off the lamp, go to sleep. Bam. That's all a bed was for. But now kids can lay in their bed and eat in their bed and watch TV in their bed. They don't even have to leave the room except to use the bathroom, you know? And I think that kind of made the modern family versus the traditional family. I think that's a separation. But here's the thing with that, with this new generation and the empowerment of, well, if my parents tell me what to do, I got a choice whether to do it or not. Okay. At what age do y'all think kids should be on their own? Now, me personally, I'm not gonna put an age on it. I turned 18. I ain't had nowhere to live. I ain't had nowhere to live. Shoot, Tanisha had to stay in her granny basement for a little while, you know, till I went off to the military or whatever. But I wasn't mad about that. I wasn't hurt. You know, I understood life differently. When you 18, you're an adult. When you're an adult, you got to take care of yourself. That's how I understood life. So I wasn't mad when I turned 18 and I had nowhere to stay. I was like, okay, this is what it is. I don't feel like I was abused or neglected or, no, I'm 18, I'm grown now. I got to figure it out. Luckily for me, I was working since I was 12 years old. I always worked since I was 12 years old. So I understood if you don't work, you don't eat. Nowadays, you can't do that with these kids. They don't have a clue. They don't. And you add that in to the fact that the cost of living is impossible nowadays. You can't really put a kid out at 18. Not really, because they're not going to be prepared for the world. Just based on current events, cost of living, all this stuff. I don't think they're going to be ready. So for me to say, well, 18, you put your kids out at 18, I don't agree with that. You want to make sure your kids are self-sufficient, or they're able to be in a situation where they can adequately live on their own, whether they get a roommate, or them have a girlfriend, boyfriend, they live together. You want to do that first, because if you send them out to the world prematurely, you're going to make it worse for them. Some kids are just not ready to fend for themselves, especially if they grew up sheltered. If they grew up sheltered, this is going to be even harder. But if you got a kid that's just disrespectful, inconsiderate, think they know everything, okay, well now, you 18, you're a legal adult. The world is yours. You belong to the streets. In that instance, yes. If you got a kid that just don't listen, don't want to, disrespectful, don't want to do what they told, questions everything, yada, 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 indifferent to you, okay, well, when you turn 18, when you're a legal adult, you legally gonna be out my house. And I legally don't have to take care of you. And you can legally call whatever hotline, whatever TikTok you want. But that's the nose extreme instance. If you have a child that like respects you and abides by the rules and does what they're supposed to do, I don't think you should put them out just because they turn 18. You got to make sure they're ready, and everybody's not going to be ready at the same time. And you're talking to a guy with I got a couple kids, just a couple, but I wouldn't put any of my adult kids in a situation where they can't take care of themselves, because now I failed them. My job as a parent doesn't stop when they become an adult. It stops when they become self-sufficient. And sometimes they need a little kick in the butt. Some of them you gotta like come on now, grow up. Some of them they just bam, they running head first, as an adult. But you just gotta know your children in those instances. You gotta know your children. And that's something that nowadays is it's not impossible, but it's a little more challenging because there's so many distractions. Kids can go in their room and they can be influenced by social media and so many outlets, Spotify, music, TV, streaming services, YouTube, so many influences. And they just pick one that they like and they run with it. And now you looking at your kid like, who are you? Why are you like this? So that's the downside of it. But I am overall, me personally, I'm glad that TikTok is going away. I think it's a time waster if you have goals in life that you're trying to reach, and you on like social media, you'll never reach those goals. I have a lot of friends who say, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna clean, I'm gonna save up more money, I'm gonna work 2 jobs, and then they be scrolling on social media, playing the little pop games and the little stupid games, farm here and jewel snatch there and all that, and they just be scrolling and scrolling, and it's like you're not trying to do better, you're just talking. So I'm personally gonna be glad when they ban TikTok. Whatever little money TikTok was paying me, it's negligible, but I think it's just one more thing that will, you got some good stuff from TikTok and people made revenue off of it, but guys, I come from an era where there was none of this social media money to make. So get out there and hustle. If you a hustler and you have a good work ethic, that's who you are. You're going to find that anywhere you go. Now, if you a complainer and woe is me and my life sucks, then it don't matter what happens. That's who you going to be. And I don't like being around people that complain. I do not like people that like being around people that feel sorry for themselves. Because I don't really have those luxuries. If you're going to complain about something that you have a solution for. But don't just complain just because you can. Oh my God, I can't stand that. Just hearing somebody complain. Or, oh, my life is so hard, and oh, why is it me? And really, everybody's life is hard. We all out here struggling. Why is your struggle harder than mine or worse than mine? But yet, when you struggle, you want everybody to pat you on the back. Oh, it's gonna be okay. That's not me. Listen, y'all, whoever's watching this, I'm not a sympathetic guy. I don't come from that world. All I know is figure it out. That is all I know. You got a problem, figure it out, and no one's gonna care. That's all I understand. So coming to me for some, oh my God, I feel so bad. Why don't somebody? I'm gonna just be like, man, yeah, well, you know, because I'm the person that tells people, stop feeling sorry for yourself, get off your butt, figure it out. But the truth is, people don't want to figure it out. They don't. They want to wait for something to fall in their laps, and they capitalize on that. Oh, I'm fat. Well, lose weight, eat better, diet, exercise. What are we talking about? Oh, well, I don't have no money. Save more, spend less. Work 2 jobs. Get a hustle. How is it you don't have no talents? None? You can't play an instrument. You can't do nails. You can't do hair. You can't like knit a sweater. You don't have no talents. You just work a 9 to 5 and that's your whole life. You ain't got no abilities. Seriously? Come on, man. So me, Ziggy Doom, I'm not the sympathetic guy. You got a problem, figure it out. I can pretend like, oh yeah, it's gonna be okay. But in the back of my head, I'm like, man, they lazy. And most people are lazy. They are. They're lazy. They want to make excuses. They want to make excuses. Oh God, well, I can't do this. I can't work out because I don't like sweating. Excuse me? Excuse me? I don't like to sweat, so I can't work out. I don't know, man, but that was it, man. This podcast wasn't nothing special. I talked to some of my friends about stuff, and during our conversations, things pop up in my head, and usually dating always becomes a topic of conversation. Dating. I have my thoughts on dating. I don't think anyone who's not in a certain position in life should be dating, because there's something called priorities. And I think being able to sustain a livable situation should take a higher priority than trying to date. Why am I finna try to date if I'm not even living check to check? I'm living check to 3 checks, like check to the next week. Why am I trying to date? And this is just my opinion, right? You know, because people are like, well, you're a loner, Ziggy. You're different. You don't want to date. I mean, there's a time and place for everything. What has dating done for you that made your life better? And I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, what is dating, your whole life, what has dating done for you to make your life better? Just think about it. And what has not dating done to make my life worse? It's a choice. I could date. I just choose not to. I have priorities. I have things I'm trying to get in order and taken care of before I date. And that's just me. Dating is not a high priority for me. You know, that's just not a high priority. I can date whenever I want, literally. So it's not a high priority for me. And I actually enjoy being alone. I like peace and quiet. I like coming to a house where it's quiet. I like that. I don't need, I sure wish somebody was next to me. Matter of fact, if I'm around someone of the opposite sex for longer than 48 hours, it's gonna feel weird. It's like, okay, I've been around you too long. I gotta go, gotta make moves elsewhere. But that's just me. Like I say, I am a little different, but don't ask me a question if you don't want an honest answer. Cause that's all I do. I'm sorry. You can call me mean, a jerk, blah, 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 but I know I come from the trenches. I'm not wealthy. I'm a check the check guy. So you can't run that past me. I know struggle, all of it. And I know that where there's a will, there's a way. But most people just want to make excuses and feel sorry for themselves. That is their downfall. You got to change your way of thinking before you can change your way of being. If you don't change your way of thinking, you're going to continue being the same way you are. But that's it, man. I don't want to, this one's kind of long. I ain't want to get all drawn out, but I haven't given y'all a podcast in a while. So I was like, okay, let me run my mouth for a couple of more minutes. And I, like always, man, the people that do watch these to the end, I really appreciate y'all, man. Y'all the reason I do this, talk in front of a camera. Somebody may listen to it, get some insight. Somebody may get offended. Somebody may just turn it off and delete, whatever. But it's just me giving y'all my take on things. So, until the next YouTube video, be easy.